Hey all, Cecil here. So yeah, I've been working away in a cave pack. So I've took a lot of what was already done in the community pack here, and I've merged that into the way I do my arcade sections. So obviously I like to split my arcade sections by board type. So we've got every single cave game that's ever been released here, but we also have the games that have been released by other manufacturers on cave hardware. So I think of those games, the majority of the games that were released were only done on one board. So that was the Cave 6800 board, where the likes of Capcom, Banpresto, I think only released one game on it, and Atlas released a good few on that system as well. So I think there's round about 46 games in total. But yeah, a fair whack, a fair selection. So went with the sci-fi kind of look and feel here with my cave arcade layout. So I'm listening to Warhammer books just now, so I'm a big audiobook fan, and I probably listen to about 2 audiobooks a week. And I'm going through the Warhammer series just now, so the Horus series, I think that's a ridiculous amount of books. I'm like 150, so I'm on book 3 or 4 just now, can't remember, book 4 I think actually. So sci-fi is right at the front of my mind, going a bit daft for it, really getting into it. So this was a good thing for me to work on, because I can give that kind of sci-fi look and feel. So you'll see when you come into this, I've obviously got the sci-fi background, but you'll see there's a few things going on in the background here as we're transitioning through the systems. We had the wee fighters coming along, shooting away at an enemy ship there. We've got a big monolith ship coming across the screen just now. We've got like a space truck floating across the top. So yeah, tried to give it a wee bit of life to the menu. So added these animations in. Pretty easy going actually. I think the hardest part was getting the fighters to transition and doing the actual shooting animations. So had to do a bit of maths calculation and make sure the X coordinates were in tune with the firing sequences, so that took a wee bit of time, but yeah, good, looks brilliant. I think looks really nice now. So yeah, let's get on to the cave stuff. So the Cave 6800 hardware series, between the years 1994 and 2001, Cave and other suppliers released 24 games on this system, so got a bit of variety. I'm almost done with the pack, so there might be a couple of missing videos and stuff as we go through this, but for the majority of it is done, so I'm just giving you an early look at it before I go on to release it. So yeah, 24 games on this system, a couple of a Banpresto title, a good few Namcon titles, and a bunch of Atlas stuff as well. So yeah, you can see the Namco stuff here. Some of the boxes weren't available on Launchbox, so I had to make the 3D boxes myself for a few of these. Where we have them, we've got arcade cabs on the right. You'll see for a lot of the Cave titles, unfortunately Cave didn't really do their own arcade cabinets. So like this, you'll see like a lot of the boxes are just candy cab style cabinets. Like this one, the Egret 2, I think that was a Sega, or was it Tato, can't remember, that released that, yeah, Tato. And you'll see stuff like Blast City cabs, candy cabs. Blast City was a Sega one. So yeah, Cave just released the board in the game, and yeah, let the arcade centres put into whatever cabinet they had, be that a generic cab or a candy cab. But yeah, a lot of brilliant games on this. So yeah, it's been fun, as you can imagine, putting all this together. Yeah, my OCD for completeness kicks in, and yeah, kind of like a Pokemon, got to have them all. I've got to catch them all. So that was the 6800. We've got the 1000B. I think I've got one box in here which is the wrong style that I've got to fix. I did this bezel here myself, I'll show you this. I think it was pretty cool. sure there's Bezels missing as well, and I don't have them from the community pack. I've added them in myself. So a couple of wee things still to finish, and hopefully get this released out to you all. So yep, let's have a look at the D series, 1000D. So you can see the games are a lot better on the 1000 series because the hardware's much better. Cave were so skint for money, so they were literally on the verge of bankruptcy at one point. And I don't know how they managed to pay their staff and release all these great games, but it was so bad. Well, they were doing this hardware set and releasing games out to the arcade manufacturers. They were actually buying failed ROM flash memory chips and installing them on the boards and just not using the bad sectors. So yeah, it's lucky that we actually see a lot of these games dumped, because yeah, putting it on bad flash cards, those would fail quite often, and the games would have to either be repurchased, or like quite usually the cab owners would just put another game on it. So yeah, the fact that so many have lasted so long for us to be able to dump them is great. But yeah, it just shows how hard pressed Cave were for money, that they had to resort to that just to save a few bob. So yeah, I wonder if staff actually got paid back in the day. Yeah, so like I say, still working on this. A couple of missing videos. There's a couple of band titles. This is one of the band titles. So I forget the guy's name, but there's a guy in the community that used to hold a lot of the PCB boards. So whenever rare PCBs would go for sale on eBay, he would go out and bid to try and win them. So quite a lot of undumped games, and he's dumped a few in fairness, but quite a lot of undumped games are still sitting in his collection and we'll never see. But he bought the rights, not for the old titles, but to release improvements using those titles, with a few for him releasing like remakes of these games. So the Don Pachi, I don't even know how you pronounce that second name, this one here anyway, this is one of the band titles, so you can't play this on current MAME. You have to use an older version of MAME to be able to run it. So it's 0.239 that it runs on, but you can get around it. So you can, and I haven't done this because I'm just worried that MAME will patch this out, but you can rename the ROM to another clone ROM that does work, for example, and it'll just run. But yeah, I've not done that just to make this future proof. The other title on here is Katana. So this one's banned as well. You can't actually run that on latest MAME. So again, this one will be run using the older version. But all good, all good. The KPC logo, I've done this myself as well. I thought that was quite nice the way it came out. So yeah, only one title released for the PC, and that was Death Smiles 2. I guess Cave just run out of money at this point, and was the reason why we didn't see any more PC titles released. Real shame, great company. They're still about, but yeah, they're not doing any arcade titles anymore by the looks of it. So yeah, Death Smiles 2, good game as well. It's not Techno Parrot, so this is just a standalone arcade version. And then for the third party hardware, I was thinking about splitting this out into its own sections. I didn't think there was enough titles to justify doing that. It would have looked weird. Like the Polygame Master 2 had one title, SDV had one title, Capcom had one title. The only system that had more than one title released was the Polygame Master original system. So I've just consolidated this all into one. Obviously, with those Polygame Master titles, I've now added in Polygame Master into my collection, so we'll be seeing those shortly as well. I'll get a wee collection up for Polygame Master 1 and 2 systems, hopefully soonish, and we'll get those as new titles in the arcade section. But yeah, I think a couple of videos missing here that I've still got to do as well, maybe. But yeah, a few third party titles there. So these are all Cave games. released on third-party hardware. So rather than Cave using their own hardware for these titles, they went out to like the likes of the Capcom Play System 2 and CBS TV and released their titles there. Steep Slope Sliders is the only one that wasn't developed purely by Cave. This was a collaboration between like Capcom, Cave and some other company. I can't remember who the third one was. Yeah, pretty cool. Alright, so that is it. I think it looks cracking. Let me know what you think. But yeah, get out hopefully a few days. I'll just post it on this video, so I'll put it in the description. The link will be available to download it. I'll probably not keep the link up there for long, so grab it quick and enjoy. Thanks for listening. Cheers out. Bye bye.